Hiya, teacher friends. Are you thinking about teaching on iTalki? Well, you came to the right place. And today I'm going to be talking about receiving negative reviews. And of course, hopefully, this is not something that we all experience on. And it's kind of weird that I'm bragging about it. And you might be surprised why I'm so happy. But this will probably make sense to you in just a few moments. So I'll start off by telling you what happened, and hopefully this gives you some sort of insight into the unlikely event that you get a negative review. All right, let's start off that the negative review were 3 heartbreaking words, and that is not so good. So basically, the way that this went, I linked up with a student, long 9-hour day yesterday, and the student, he was a great student, very low level, coming from a place, I won't say where, but with a very bad internet connection. And yeah, basically, internet connection was the Achilles heel of our English class. And unfortunately, it just ended, I could kind of tell by the vibe at the end of the lesson that he was kind of surprised. If I didn't have a lesson tailing that, I would have continued the class. And perhaps I could have saved this all from happening, but in the end, I'm happy about it. Let me tell you why. I did what I can to make it up to the student. I messaged him. I tried to smooth things out with him the second that the lesson ended. I said to him, nice to meet you. Of course, the review went up anyway, right? And he feels the way he feels. That's no problem. But we need to realize this as English teachers, that this is just going to happen. I mean, there are going to be negative reviews, but it depends how you look at them. So I was kind of looking at it at first like, what an eyesore. This is a smear on my resume, on my reputation. I have this beautiful portrait, and then there's this not so good. But I have to say that that even since yesterday, I've gotten another 3 or 4 positive reviews. It's kind of shown just how this one negative review, luckily it didn't go too in depth, but this one negative review actually adds a balance to my profile, and it also gives me a kick up the rear end to make sure that I find alternative approaches to dealing with these situations. Sometimes I can't cure bad internet connection or whatever it might be, but perhaps in the future I could find ways to deal with this a better way. I've had other kicks up the rear end, not anything so extreme, but for example, if a student, I wouldn't call it a kick up the rear end, but if a student wants a set plan, when my first student asked me for a set plan, could you make a schedule, a study plan for us? I was kind of surprised because I never thought of it, and then it seemed obvious. And that's what I'm saying about this negative review. Just finding a different way to deal with bad connection, to deal with the unforeseen event that we could get cut out. This is important for iTalki teachers, for online teachers, and negative reviews can be constructive feedback. So really, this is important for all teachers. It really shows how easily this is just like swamped out, one bad review, because it kind of puts into perspective all of the good that I have on my profile, and I savor and I respect the reviews from every one of my students, the feedback from all of my students, and I think this is good for you as an iTalki teacher as well, or an online English teacher, to really to be appreciative of the fact that there's a review in the first place. And I mean, this same thought could have been going through the minds of other students and they haven't put that down. Well, now it's there, and it's always there. I'm not getting iTalki to take it down. It's kind of like a very minor shock that that's probably good for me to have, to make sure that I'm always on it. I'm always doing what I can, and it's also allowed me to recognize that if the ball's not in my court, if luck's not on my side, and I have one of these bad run-ins where there's nothing I could do, at least I could just get back up from it and say, just brush it off and kind of take it as a win. So that's what I'd say to you. If you do find yourself in this unlikely scenario, try to look at it as a positive. Do what you can to make things right, and learn from it. And as you go into the future. All right, well, there you go. I hope that's helpful to you. Thank you for watching this video, and please like the video, leave a comment in the box, and subscribe for more daily tips and tricks for new young ESL teachers. I'm Ryan, keep smiling.